Sam has just laughed uncontrollably at a graph. It says so much about the next man that's speaking. Sam laughs at graphs. It could be his homepage. So, I wanted to put this up just to tell you to pay attention. Shh. Pay attention. So, Sam speaks really quickly. He speaks like really, really quickly, but if you don't pay attention, you're not going to really take in what he's saying. I can't even pretend to do what he talks to. It's very quick, but it's worth paying attention. Does anyone know what this is? Put your hand up. Of what? That's the value of bitcoins. In August 2012, back when Sam first came to speak, it's actually way down there. $10 was the value of a Bitcoin. And Sam was espousing, he was eulogizing about Bitcoins being the future. Today, they're over $600 per Bitcoin. In layman terms, if after Sam's talk last time out, you had bought 2.5 grand's worth of Bitcoins, today you could buy an average price UK house outright. So please pay attention. Today, Sam is going to be speaking about... Ed, just stop getting pissed and pay attention for a minute. In Australia for fucking 3 weeks. Nothing. Right. Sam is going to be speaking about the fact that there's something wrong on the internet. Give it up.
I couldn't have asked for a better introduction than that, and I think with that we will begin. So this talk is fundamentally about the internet, which was pretty much invented 30 years ago by some incredibly smart engineers. And in those 30 years, the structure of the internet hasn't changed all that much, and I think it's incredible that we have this invention that enables communication and it hasn't changed. 20 years ago, Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web, and suddenly you were able to put content up on the internet and share your ideas with people. And then 10 years ago, something really crazy happened, and we got this idea of social media. We got meme pictures, we got cats and dogs, we got Facebook and Twitter, and suddenly you're able to share all of your thoughts and ideas and where you're going with your friends. And then this year, something went wrong. On the 6th of June 2013, it emerged that Verizon Wireless had been compelled by the NSA to disclose all of their phone records of all of their customers. No American citizen had seen the order at this point. It had been kept completely secret. On the 7th of June 2013, it emerged that the NSA was hacking into large proportions of the internet, reading your email, your Facebook posts, your Twitter, building up an incredibly convoluted profile about you. On the 9th of June 2013, it emerged that Edward Snowden was the person responsible for these leaks. He says, "I don't want to live in a society that does these sorts of things." He's in Hong Kong. He says his safety is less important to him than getting the information out there. On the 11th of June 2013, 2 days later, Edward Snowden is fired from his job at the NSA contractor for violating their code of ethics. Not leaking the entire database, violating their code of ethics. It also emerges that the USA is hacking into Chinese security computers in the name of national defense. Now, you might consider that to be reasonable, given that the US and China do not have the friendliest of relationships, except that it also emerges that they're bugging and spying on a number of computers controlled by their allies as well as their phones, including Angela Merkel's personal cell phone. In summary, everyone on Earth is being spied on. And I think this is a problem. I think something here has gone desperately wrong. This horrifies me. The original purpose of the internet was not to be a tool to violate our privacy. The original purpose of the internet was to enable communication and the sharing ideas. And that purpose, to me, seems to have become corrupted by the ease of use of access to data that is available to the intelligence agencies. It's an incredibly weird phenomenon to see people just being spied upon en masse. And this set of leaks has triggered one of the most interesting things I think I've ever seen, which is the sales of 1984, the book, have spiked exponentially since they've emerged. People are clearly becoming interested in the worst version of the totalitarian dictatorship that we may or may be not plummeting towards. I think the reason that these leaks have happened is something to do with societal factors and something to do with people not being aware about their privacy. I doubt that any of you would carry around a government tracking device if the police or our government came to you and asked you to carry one. But yet most of you will carry around a mobile phone every day quite happily, and a mobile phone can be used as a government tracking device. I think the reason for this is something to do with a function of choice, but more importantly, it has become increasingly difficult to participate in society without a mobile phone. But now, if we extend that concept to Facebook, and the government came to you and said, I want pictures of you, who you love, where you're going, what you're interested in, how you feel, and everything that you're thinking, that would be creepy. But yet, one is the loneliest number, and we use technologies like Facebook and Twitter because we want to be social, but more importantly, because it's become more or less impossible to participate in society without these technologies. You know, it's a great platform for sharing and exchanging your ideas and thoughts, but at the same time, there are some implications there that you may not be comfortable with. And I think Edward Snowden saw what was going on here, and he decided that enough was enough. He decided to speak out, because if all of us are being spied upon, then none of us really have privacy, and that's a scary thought. You know, the NSA say that if you're within 3 hops of a criminal, you yourself can be profiled as a criminal, but 3 hops reaches 8 million people for an average person. That's really crazy. So I really want you to go away and think about what your privacy means to you, how you're going to use the internet, how you're going to use your mobile phone. And I want to finish by posing 2 questions to the audience. Is your privacy important to you? And how are you going to protect your privacy? Will you motivate political or technological change? And what are you going to do in an increased era of spying? Thank you very much. Ignite Cardiff, I'm done.